being the little spoon. Sometimes, you know what? Your boy wants to be a little spoon. Welcome back in to another episode of Morning Edition. We got Queen City News anchors Van Rudisell, Jason Harper, myself, and Queen City News Plus photojournalist extraordinaire, friend of everybody, Kevin Pinto, joining in. Guys, whew, man, okay. We had an interesting topic come up today between Jason and myself while we were out there. We wanted to bring you guys in on it. Things that maybe we're embarrassed to admit that we like. It started off as like, what's something that's kind of like not so manly that you don't want to admit? And then we like kind of opened it up to just anything embarrassing that you don't want to tell your friends, your family, that you enjoy. Wouldn't be too happy if it got out there. I'm not going to start because I want to stew in my embarrassment.
Not either.
So you know what we should do, Jason? Let's go ahead
first.
Ladies. Oh, ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, don't worry.
So what do you got, Savannah?
Oh, that's all sad.
I don't have too many guilty pleasures because a lot of the things I like are a little nerdy or a little out there. And it's like, well, yeah, I still really enjoy those. But probably something I enjoy that maybe only like 2 or 3 friends know about is, there's like still a lot of people who play like the New York Times games, like the Daily Wordle or the crossword or things like that. Well, I have those. And I also do one more. It's called Worldle. And every single fight, it just gives you like the outline of a country. And you have to guess what country it is, and it'll tell you like how many kilometers away your guess is. So I've been playing this world geography game for like more than a year and a half straight.
Wow.
And it's.
Are you pretty good at world geography?
I'm better now than I was about a year and a half ago, but it's probably one of like the strangest, nerdiest, and like if I don't do it, my day's ruined.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got a death grip on you.
So you did it today?
No, I haven't done it. I've been working today, Jason. I've done it today, Jesse.
Okay. So you don't have to do it like when we first wake up.
No. But I think yesterday was Belize. I got that one on the first guess, because that's right up to what country? Guatemala. Duh.
Guatemala. Just we're about to say that.
Several rounds. So you guess like what country it is just to get by the outline. Okay. Then you have to guess its neighbors, which is like very fun when you get into like Kazakhstan.
I was about to say all the Eastern European ones.
Yes,
no way.
Those are very fun.
No.
Then you guess like the common languages spoken there, the flag. Now they added like the seal. So now they also added like the top exports of the country.
Oh my God.
Were you any good at geography as like a kid in high school? Was this like a fascination of yours?
I mean, I liked maps. I like
maps.
I like the laugh.
I got maps up in the house. I like them. I think they're cool. But no, I don't think I had like a world geography class necessarily.
Okay.
So I don't know if I was good at it or not. But yeah, I do like being able to point to a map and naming at least like, 30 countries off the spot.
Dang.
So
all right.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. Big cartographer over here.
Man, if this news thing ever doesn't work out for you, which it is, but if it doesn't,
what do I do with that though?
Hey
guys, I can name countries. Hire me.
I mean, it's great.
I'm sure there's a job. History teacher. Yeah, the crowd pleaser. That's the job.
Yeah. Invite her to our party.
There you go.
Oh, I'm your hype girl, except I don't come around.
Hey, I know maps.
You want to hear some
the way she says
about countries? All right, Kevin, what do you got? You're new to the party, so
I knew you wanted to start with me too, and Jason saved me.
I saved it. I gave you a couple minutes to think about it.
Man,
she got pissed off.
Jason saved you, or I saved you?
Jane, you're my hero. I think it's just like shows, right? Like shows that you might be embarrassed of. I guess like Love is Blind. I like some trash TV. Big Brother, love Big Brother. I have a buddy who's applied 1 million times. I would love to apply. I think I'd be really great at it.
Fantastic.
Right? Thank you. I just know how to like mess with people's minds and stuff, and also pretend to be friends with people like you guys. So yeah, no, I'm pretty good. Pretty. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I love you guys.
Cold in here.
God, wow, look at that. Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, I think we can just
whatever.
Let's stick it on Jason instead.
It's a whole new guy. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah, Kevin left. Don't worry. But yeah, I would say that. I love Dragon Ball Z too. I don't know if you guys ever watched that, but I've watched that 100 times back over. I wouldn't feel embarrassed. Yeah, come on, man. I'll send it to you. I have the DVD set up. It's an anime. Yeah, it's the only anime I watch. I guess Pokemon too, but
I feel like you would recognize it, Jason, if you saw.
Well, you know Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you a
Go-
picture.
Goku?
later. Yeah, Goku.
We're going straight
No,
into.
never mind.
All right.
Is it yogurt?
Yeah.
What's that? That's my girl's
Gogurt.
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 Gogurt, yeah.
Goku. Krillin. All.
He
Yeah.
changes colors like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Julian, you get me.
Yeah, I got you. You know what? I'm gonna go right off of what you're saying, Kevin, because I guess one of the things that I guess guilty pleasure. I still watch some childhood cartoons. Like I'll watch animes. I do like. I don't watch Dragon Ball Z as much anymore.
Yeah.
But I like Superhero Academia, which is like a anime on there. On I think they have it on Netflix right now. Watch that. Yeah, it's the cartoons. My wife loves Courage the Cowardly Dog, so it's on in our apartment. I never watched cartoons like that as an adult until my wife came in the picture. Now I catch myself watching them and just putting them on. They just make you feel at ease.
Yeah.
Right. And then you know what? Here's something that I don't think enough guys talk about. I'm okay. In fact, I enjoy
Wearing makeup.
wearing for the job. No,
Oh,
being the little spoon. Sometimes, you know what? Your boy wants to be a little spoon. There it is.
Understandable.
Don't act like it's not good sometimes to get cuddled up, Jason.
no, I'm here for all that. I promise.
Jason's never been little spooned in his life. Yeah.
If he hasn't, he needs to. Go ahead and ask
Experience,
Angie.
though.
Just a little bit.
Oh no! When the scoot starts,
When the skew-
when the scoot starts, sometimes you know right away. You don't have to use words.
Right.
You don't have to use words. And you can tell either the door's open or the door's closed
Right.
with being the little spoon. We're
Right.
going to close the silverware drawer, and you're either allowed in to scoot as a little spoon or not tonight.
Not.
You're going to be left out on the counter by yourself to air dry.
Oh.
Now, this is speaking for a friend.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
For
yeah.
a
Not
friend.
you.
For a friend. All right, Jason. What do you got on yours, Harp?
I got a lot more to talk about on that subject right here. I'm trying to.
Next episode, we'll talk about spoonies.
That's a different show. That's a different show that comes on after midnight. So I think it got hot in here. I got to crank my fan up to high for 1 second.
No.
I don't have any weird like collections or anything like that. I will
Okay.
say though, like some of the guys that I hang out with, you know, they're a little bit older. They could care less about fashion or whatever. I'm really into fashion. I like looking at it. It doesn't mean that I'm fashionable.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that I can afford the fashions that I like to look at. But yeah, I realize because of your question, I'm like, what do I sit there and do that it probably takes too much of time. Like I just waste time doing things that I probably wouldn't tell my other guy friends that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I sit and look maybe at different fashion things, and I think a lot of it comes from my wife, who's into fashion. That's her career.
Yeah.
She talks about it a lot, and we'll talk about pairing certain colors and textures and patterns, like it's an art form, right? And so I didn't think that I spent as much time on it as I do, but apparently I do. I'm sometimes the one keeping us late running to things because I'm like, no, I'm not sure that I like this certain, like it's not a vain thing. I really like certain fashion things. And so I'll look at them in magazines. Yeah. I'll go down a rabbit hole for hours on this stupid device. What does Annie call this?
Bad box.
The bad box.
Bad box.
I'll spend hours, maybe not hours, but I'll spend a lot of time on this bad box.
Yeah.
Looking at things going, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I can replicate that with the cheaper TJ Maxx version, you know, and not GQ or whatever. But yeah.
So it's an outfit, right? It's not like socks or something that you're looking for.
What? No, man, I love socks.
Oh, you love socks. No, you're right.
Drawer.
It's the one thing I had to bring up, underwear maybe.
Nope, the one drawer in my closet that's the hardest to close is my sock drawer.
Mm-hmm.
So men's fashion, women's fashion, a little bit of both?
Totally men's fashion.
All men's fashion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have favorite designers that you can kind of typically like their work more? Like typical.
Great question.
You said TJ Maxx.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
TJ Maxx.
All your favorite name brand designers at a non-name brand price, Savannah. Come on.
I'm just not waiting in that line. That's just, I'm not waiting in that line.
Yep.
That's a good question.
Or any trends that you see across designers that you're like,
European.
I was going to say,
European.
you were like an early adopter, I feel like, of like the ankle showing, like the taper pants.
Yep, see, there you go.
Yep.
And so, so some of that stuff sometimes makes me feel a little uncomfortable because I may be wearing it. If you're going to Europe, totally fine. Do whatever you want to do. But wearing it like in Waxhaw, North Carolina, or even to work, I'm like, it might be a little progressive, but I don't care. I like it.
Be you.
Show
So
us
there
the
you
ankles.
be.
I like
Show
them.
off the
Taper
ankles.
pants.
I
Come on.
shaved my ankles for this. So anyway, but that's one of the things where, like, if I mention it to another guy, I think one time I've got a good friend who is a local manager at an establishment in said Waxhaw where I live. And one time on air, someone gave me like a T-shirt, like swag that we get sometimes on our show.
Yeah.
Someone gave me a T-shirt, threw it at me, and I looked at it. I'm like, ooh, I like this shirt. Look at the stitching on this T-shirt. That raised some eyebrows to my buddy. And to this day, 8 years later, he still goes, how's the stitching on the shirt? It's little things like that. I'm like, I see details. I like it.
You could tell, but if you want to pull out, is that a half loop stitch on China silk? You can't use a half loop stitch on China silk.
I have no idea what you just said, but I loved it.
It's a Legally Blonde. Cool.
Oh, see, okay, all right, I'll go back to
very
that.
big.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. With that, I think we have spent enough time thoroughly embarrassing ourselves. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more Morning Edition on the other side of this.
Welcome back into Morning Editions. Here we go. Now, this one's going to be interesting, right? You guys bear with me.
Okay.
I'm going to read this quote. This is not me saying it. I'm reading the quote. Ready?
Here we go.
I'm sitting on the closed toilet, just staring at the door, trying to zone out. Now, the reason I say that is I found some... What? Here's the deal. There's a trend, apparently, because you guys are on TikTok way more than I am. There's a trend out there called bathroom camping. Have you guys heard of this?
Bathroom camping?
Never heard of it.
Never brought a tent.
Let me explain it, and then you may go, oh, now I know what you're talking about. I just didn't know it had an official title. Okay. This is why it caught my as I was perusing social media, because I'm like, what the heck is bathroom?
Were you on the toilet when you were doing it?
But let's continue.
Julian's quote is his, yeah.
Julian, let's continue.
Okay.
Don't make me answer that question. Bathroom or restroom camping is the practice of resting in a bathroom for an undetermined amount of time without actually using the restroom. So you're not using the sink, toilet, or shower. You're just closing the door to the world of stress. Maybe you just need a private place to restore or kind of reset yourself. And you're just literally sitting on a closed toilet. Maybe you are on TikTok. Maybe you're just, some people go in there and listen to music. It's your escape. It's your sanctuary from whatever it is you're dealing with. And it's become a trend on TikTok is now people are posting videos and pictures of them inside the bathroom, not doing anything, questionable.
Just chilling.
Chilling, going, hey, I'm in here. This is the 11th time today that I've been in the bathroom camping to get away from whatever. And I'm like, this is a trend now that people are doing. So whether or not you knew that's what it was called, have you done it? Have you heard of it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, 100%. Now, we don't have a chance to do it here because we're on air so often. Yeah. But I know that back like when I was waiting on tables or when I had like an internship at NPR, sometimes you just want to get away from your coworkers and there's no good reason.
Where do you go?
Right. You go to the bathroom because who's going to bother you in the bathroom? So you sit there and you just decompress. I had an ex-girlfriend who would do it all the time. She's like, I'm like, I would text her and she's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just in the bathroom. Like, are you going to bed? She's like, no.
Just been in here. Man. Why are you asking her if she's going to the bathroom?
Let her
go and inspect her. Yeah.
Well, it's a weird.
Don't call her out either.
Respond. It's like, I'm just in the bathroom. It's like, okay, so what are you doing in the bathroom?
You've been in there for an hour, honey.
But I feel like it's a common thing. It's like you just want to get away from everybody, so you go to the bathroom where you're not going to be disturbed, right? That's it. That's a sanctuary.
That's a sanctuary.
Anybody else? I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one who's done this.
I don't feel that way necessarily. No. I can't say that I haven't used the restroom as an excuse or an escape.
I got that.
Because here's what I will say. At least, especially like public, right? You're like that's not a relaxing place. However,
I get that.
There is something to be said about like going into like a confined space. Like I've been on bad dates. Like there was one bad date a couple of years ago where I couldn't believe the things that this person was saying to me. And so I kind of had to like get up and go to the restroom and be like, what is happening? Like it was a very like, can't sit with my back to the door, like kind of thing. And I was like, okay.
It's a safety thing. That's what some guys, they're like, oh, I want to keep an eye on the door so I can protect you.
Yeah.
I don't know why we have to use that.
Why it's that.
Yeah,
I know. And I don't want to call this person out necessarily, but like there were a couple other things where it's like, I think we were joking and our just jokes were not hitting each other. Like, I think because I had said something, I was like, oh, what, are you embarrassed to be seen with me? And he goes, not necessarily.
It was a joke.
So the bathroom sir has it.
So I needed to
get out of it.
Assess that for a minute.
In a safe place.
Like not necessarily.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't see each other after that one, but I do think the bathroom time helped.
I don't want to get off on a tangent here because I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
But I'm curious now, when women converge in a restroom, is there an unspoken language of how women you just know when the other one needs help or saving from a bad date or whatever? You don't have to say it. There's
Or like
another woman in
bathroom time?
Who was already washing their hands, and when you walked in to get away, you two just knew you can help each other and save each other. Is that like an unspoken women thing?
I suppose, in my experience, yeah. I mean, it depends on the situation, time of day, time of night, the place, the establishment. But if there's a woman who's like visibly upset and just like washing her hands, getting through it, and you have a moment to just like check in on them and just say, "Hey, you good?
Yeah, you need some eyeliner, maybe a little touch up,
or even like." Are you okay? Is going to be the thing that like sets them over the edge.
Yeah.
And that's when you just go, I love your skirt. You're so pretty.
See, guys, no eye contact. Guys don't look at each other. I don't think anyway.
You're looking at fashion, so you might come up to me and say, I look.
Oh, man.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like guys never talk in the bathroom unless it's at a sporting event and it's talking about sports.
Okay.
That's just like
the only rule.
That is the only time is like where guys will talk nonstop. You go to any other dude's
I'm not helping you out. You're on your own.
I mean, it's a sense of community. Honestly, it really is, and it's.
I see that for women. I can see that
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Y'all got any of y'all camp in the bathroom?
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I have a kid. I have a newborn child, right?
So you hide from your wife in the bathroom, Kevin?
Yes, that is exactly what's happening. No,
Kevin?
look, the baby's
Jenna
crying.
will watch this and see it.
She's crying. She will watch this for sure. Everyone's crying, and everyone's also crying. But I'm going to the bathroom to cry in my. Now, if I happen to use the bathroom, that might happen too. Is that breaking the camping bath? If you use it, right? According to you, like you couldn't use the bathroom.
Yeah, if you're going to use the restroom,
yeah.
I'm just
using
do you guys linger in the bathroom? Because I feel like that's definitely you linger. Bathroom reading is great reading.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Bathroom lingering is it's ridiculous.
It's good to hide sometimes. I've done it before. I'm not like an hour right now. Where like my wife is like, hey, what's going on? I was like, I'm gonna save her a little bit from the baby, but just a little bit.
I guess pre-cell phones too. I guess the bathroom camping version was like reading the back of shampoo bottles.
Love that.
Or
oh my god.
Or it's good
some good bathroom literature. You gotta have good bathroom. Remember back in the day, people had bathroom literature. They had like magazines or books that like you could read while you were on the throne.
And stuff that horrifically made like 140 dad jokes to read.
Yeah.
There was a bathroom book.
I used to read Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
In there.
Oh, you
guys even know. Yeah. But yeah, if there wasn't Reader's Digest, Savannah, I would absolutely read the ingredient labels.
Mm-hmm.
Just, can I pronounce them? Yep. How many syllables? How many letters? Pramoxiclavirin.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
Yeah. I don't bathroom camp a lot. I do bathroom scroll. I'm a conference room camper. If we're talking here at work, I'm talking at work because a lot of public workplaces don't have toilet lids. How you gonna sit there if you're not gonna use it? Like here specifically,
we don't ever notice that.
Yeah, like that's uncomfortable. If I'm sitting in a suit and I'm sitting on a toilet seat that doesn't have a top cover,
absolutely not.
That's not happening. That's weird. It's awkward, not comfortable or peaceful at all. So I have some conference room camping. I'll camp out in the conference room here. That's just get away. I just need 5-10 minutes. Deep breathing just to get away from you guys. I mean, to get away from. Sorry, right? That came out wrong.
No,
to get away from you guys.
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
That's good. Taking a walk can also be good. I want to know if there's going to be a trend though of people who are bathroom camping and then it backfires on them. Like you're bathroom camping and then somebody gets in the stall next and they actually got to go.
Oh, I'm out.
And now you caught yourself you caught yourself in a predicament.
No.
You're trying to avoid everybody.
Yeah. I just leave. Yeah, you don't want to be in there for that.
Well, here one of the things in the article says if you're doing this multiple times, there's nothing wrong with doing it. But if you're doing this multiple times, clearly you're being triggered. You're escaping from whatever. This is a stress response. So maybe there's a larger issue if you're doing it multiple times a week or multiple times a day. Maybe you need to figure out why. What's triggering you? Is it the people you work with? Is it your boss? Maybe it's a situation you need.
I know
help
why.
You deal with trauma, Jason?
What?
Face our traumas? What are? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently, that is a healthy
mental.
That's a
health
thing.
Care.
Yes, mental health it's a real thing, Julian.
Bathroom camping. Let's go in. No, face your fears. That's actually Interesting. Okay, so whether you're, you know what, we don't want to shame anybody. If you are watching this on Queen City News Plus in your bathroom TV, if you have one of those, we don't want to shame you. Keep on watching. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. We'll be right back with more Morning Edition right after this. Welcome back in to Morning Edition. We did a little swapsy. We have meteorologist Brandon Lawson joining us. We kicked Kevin Pinto out because he said that, we're not cool enough to be his friends. So we got Brandon in here.
He's going to the bathroom.
He's going to the
bathroom camp.
Bathroom camp.
I kicked him out. I didn't get invited to the family cookout, so I told him, you
gotta go. But Brandon brought something really interesting to our attention. Did a really good explainer this morning about contrails and actually how clouds can be used to manipulate weather a little bit. Not in the way that you may have heard in some conspiracy theories, but Jason and I, Savannah, we got hooked on the fact that Brandon made a claim that, like, you have to have dirty air to get clouds. And Jason and I both did the stereotypical angry, like,
You're like, what?
We're like, what?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, every single raindrop has a piece of dirt, maybe a little piece of pollen in it. Each raindrop has what we call condensation nuclei, and that's the little dust that forms around the raindrops. That's how that happens, guys. If we did not have any air pollution at all, we'd never have rain, we'd never have clouds, believe it or not.
So we have to think we need pollution.
Yeah, so you think, you're like, oh man, but we're polluting too much. We're always going to have dust in the atmosphere. There's always going to be smoke from fires and different things like that. And you also got to think about pollen. Pollen's kind of a form of dust in the upper atmosphere that gets into the atmosphere, and those water droplets are able to kind of just congeal around those condensation nuclei, those pieces of dirt, and more water droplets get around that, and that allows the rain droplet to form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's condensation nuclei. It will get you.
I mean,
that's like sixth grade environmental science right there, Brandon.
Well, one of the things, Brandon, this morning that you've got some really cool graphics, right?
Yeah.
And so kind of bring them up for our viewers that are watching. Right. Take us through sort of the process, because this is what helps us understand it on a kind of even elementary level.
Yeah. So right here, I took this picture yesterday evening when I knew we were going to do this topic. We're talking about clouds, right? So this cloud we're looking at, it looks just kind of like a gas, but it's essentially billions of tiny cloud water droplets that are just being visible. And as you're looking at those, that's how you're getting that cloud illusion there. So you just have a bunch of tiny water droplets coming together to create that cloud. Now, when you're looking at clouds forming and how they form, when you're looking at kind of full screen here, you've got the sun heating the ground during the day. As it heats the ground, you've got that air rising, the warm air particles rise, and the water droplets within those air particles are cooling and condensing on to those condensation nuclei into that dust. So essentially, once the cloud droplet forms, it forms when it has the water vapor condensing around those pieces of dirt, those pieces of dust that are out there. And as you get more and more water droplets forming around that condensation nuclei, that dust or that piece of pollen, that's how you get that to form. That's how you get those water droplets to form, and that's how we eventually get our clouds. Now, cloud seeding is essentially just taking clouds and thunderstorms that are already there and allowing them to rain more, or speeding up the process and creating more rain. So cloud seeding, it's been around since the 1940s. It's not new, but we're essentially just adding more particles to the sky in order to make that rain happen. So dry ice, salt, table salt could be used for this. And we also see silver iodide used. It's the most common agent that we see used for it. Clouds have to be present. You have to have thunderstorms for it. You have to have some sort of big tall cloud where it has a lot of moisture in it too for this to happen. So when you're looking at it, get the right cloud, you zoom in, you go inside the cloud, you've got super cooled water droplets. They're water droplets that are not necessarily frozen, but they're below freezing. You get the plane or whatever you're using to shoot the silver iodide into the sky, into the cloud. You get the silver iodide in the cloud, and that silver iodide essentially acts as that condensation nuclei, right? It acts as that piece of dust, and that water droplet congeals and conceals, or coalesces, I should say, with those, and that's how you get your ice and your snowflakes to form. And the more and more this happens, the heavier it gets. Gravity takes over and pulls them down to the ground, guys. That's how we get rain out of it.
Right, Brandon.
Pressure, but
no, it's cool.
Yeah.
And I know we're short on time, so I want to ask. the conspiracy theory, right, is that people can do cloud seeding and create a hurricane or something like that.
Yeah,
not possible.
You can't do that. And cloud seeding does. I mean, when you seed a cloud, it might last rain for 15 to 30 minutes, and that's about it. I mean, you're not going to be seeing major floods happening from cloud seeding. It's just a way of helping the environment in areas that don't see a lot of rain. You can also, I'm not going to get too scientific about it, but you can also use cloud seeding to mitigate hail, to cause it to be lower in size. You can also cause less rain with it. So you can use kind of the reverse effect. We'll get to how you do all that. It's a lot of science.
We'll have our next Morning Edition.
Yeah.
That's why you need to watch Weather University.
Yeah, and this Wednesday on Pinpoint Weather University on Queen City News Plus, we're going to go into cloud seeding. We're also going to talk about how those Texas floods happen scientifically. We'll go into that too and just talk about how everything lined up for that to happen. And we're going to have Climate Essentials meteorologist Shel Winkley on the show talking about more moisture with warmer air. So we've got a pretty detailed show coming up on Pinpoint Weather University, guys.
Savannah, did it blow your mind like it blew me and Jason's?
Yeah.
Right.
And again,
I can tell she's like,
okay. Yeah, I know you broke that down so simply. It's very easy to understand.
essentially, we're just throwing more particles in the clouds to try and create more rain. It's like jump starting your car. We're not building a new battery, right? When we're jump starting your car, the battery's already there. We're starting it, but we do need to, provide a little bit of help for that battery to at least start the motor.
Harp, any final thoughts on cloud seeding before we say goodbye?
Condensation nuclei.
Yeah, condensation nuclei.
There you go, man. That's it.
That's it.
You got it.
There you go.
Use it in a sentence a day with your friends and family.
Go seed them clouds, right? All right, with that, that does it for another episode of Morning Edition. We will see you guys next time.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.